Now, the championship game, as we know, for the USFL had ended, and it was a solid matchup between the Birmingham Stallions and also the Philadelphia Stars. Now, coming into this process, the beginning of the year with HBCU players, when we talk about those guys, they had as many as 50 players that was in this league. But leading up to the championship game with the USFL, there were only 19 HBCU players that were on rosters. 7 of those 19 came from Tennessee State. Tennessee State have a lot of stake inside this league already, showing them have a lot of talented players that's out there. And this one guy right here, Chris Rowland, definitely was the hit of the class for the HBCU platform all season long, as he really came out and showcased some great skills all season long. Came through the NFL, actually became an undrafted free agent in 2020, signing with the Atlanta Falcons. Been with the Falcons for a minute, bounced around the league, just for a couple of teams, but found himself in the USFL, one of those players that's really going to show and have shown all season long and in this championship game that he belongs and deserves a shot to get back into the NFL. And he was just all over the place, very electric right here, coming out the backfield. That's how the Philadelphia Stars used him pretty much all season long, and they really used him heavily in this championship game against the Stallions. As you see, taking the ball, showing a little fight, showing a little fieriness out there on the field, being in the backfield, see that hole, took the ball up the hole. I mean, just saw with the gap, took off, his speed, very electric, eyes down the field, great vision, great poise, definitely showed what he can do with the ball in his hand. And then on the defense side of the ball, well, not too much a good defender as he got dragged out of bounds, but that's not what he's here for or getting paid for. He is here to get paid for doing this, catching great passes, look like this one, in stride, perfectly being led down the middle of the field, making plays for the Stars. And he was doing that all night long, making sure he was always stayed in front of the quarterback's vision, his eyesight, making sure that he was always there, making plays with his hands, hand catches, rarely let the ball touch his hand, but also all the way across the board. Special teams as a return, kickoff return, we see right here, taking off, and it got bumped by his own man. That's how he fell down here. Probably could have picked up another 10 more yards if he didn't get bumped, but that's all right. You see the frustration. He knew that he could have done a lot more, but this is where the impact came, where he was able to get his touchdown right here, late in the fourth quarter to take the lead, finding himself in that soft spot, catching that pass, really showing that he is a legitimate threat, whether it's running behind the backfield, special teams, or most importantly, as a receiver, as he's shown right here. Catching the ball pretty much right there, allowing the ball come in, being cradled in, catching it, and then late in the game, when they were in a situation here where the Stars could have had an opportunity to be able to take an onside kick. Now, onside kick in the USFL is a fantastic rule. Looking forward to seeing it probably being implemented into the NFL. That when it's fourth, that when instead of having an onside kick, the team will elect to go fourth down and 12th situation. If they convert this one shot conversion of 4th and 12, they will receive the ball where they had got the first down at. If they do not convert that first down, the ball goes to the other team, and then the team can kneel or do what they got to do to run the clock out. But the Stars had a chance, and with this play here, with 4th and 12, see the quarterback drop back, and you see Chris Rowland going across the middle. Right there, the ball tipped up out of his hand. If he would have caught this pass, they definitely would have had a first down, and no telling what the Stars would have done. Pass out a little behind him, but still had a chance. Hands was on it, almost brought it in. Right there, bounced around, second opportunity, just out his reach. And we see the frustration in Chris's face as he looked to the ground. But Chris had nothing to look down or feel bad about, because he did his part in this entire game. Chris Rowland from Tennessee State definitely deserved another opportunity to get into the NFL, and he showed it right here in this game from beginning to end, how he was playing a major impact, holding in a touchdown, making the plays from the backfield, making plays on special teams, and most importantly with his hands. HBCU's platform was well represented this year with the HBCU players in the first inaugural season with the USFL, and see that Chris Rowland was that guy, one of the main catalysts to help show that this platform has some talent out there, and these guys like Chris definitely deserve another chance to take a crack on the NFL roster. Thanks for tuning in to Locker Talk, where you guys will hear about NFL stars tomorrow today. I'm your host, Barry Barnes, founder and CEO of Locker-Sport.com. Follow me on all my social handles on Twitter at Locker_report, on Instagram, Locker Report 100, and also Locker Talk 100, all small caps. Follow me on Facebook, LockerReport.com, and also the Locker Talk podcast on Facebook. But go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, where you hear about NFL stars of tomorrow today. You guys will not be disappointed. Follow those notifications.
For more about this episode, go to Locker Talk Podcast on YouTube and subscribe.